After having the brand new 2024 Toyota Tacoma for a little over 1 month, there's a lot of things I have discovered about this beautiful truck. Let's begin and hop on the inside where we will come up on the first hidden feature. And if you guys can spot it, it is right here. So this literally on the manual is actually labeled as a storage compartment. I thought it was honestly just extra made for something else, but this is meant to be a storage compartment. And what you do is just literally pull it and you can place something in there. Now, just for reference, this is basically like the size of a card. Like this is the only thing that it's gonna fit. Basically like that, something of this size, that's what's gonna fit in there. So I don't know what it's really meant for, what you guys wanna put in there, but I mean, it's a perfect circle. So if you find something that fits in there nicely without moving around, maybe you'll be onto something. So let's go ahead and close this back up. You just literally put it like that and it snaps in place. And I mean, when you do close the door, obviously it's in that little area where you don't really see it. So it's not accessible while you're in the car or while driving. You have to have the door open to have it be accessible. Maybe it's nice. I don't know if you want to hide something there. But anyways, moving on to the passenger side. This is something else that I've actually been using a lot recently. Right in here, this arch comes up and then there's some space right here. And they put this here. I thought it was just a design feature to kind of fill in this extra gap, but it's actually a bag hook. Let me show you guys. So I don't really have any bags with me, but let's say you have some equipment for work or whatever it may be, a grocery bag, a backpack, and you don't want to put it on the floor, so it's going to be sliding all over the place if it's a grocery bag. And if it's open from the top, things can fall out. So it's very easy. All you have to do is just hook it on, of course. So obviously you just hook this right on. You can put one or both. And just like that, it's gonna stay there while you drive. So if you have a grocery bag, obviously the top is gonna be open. It's not gonna be rolling around and all your stuff is gonna be going all over the place. You can set it here and you can actually put multiple. Since grocery bag handles are a little bit thinner, you can layer multiple on here. I use it all the time for some different bags. It's actually a pretty nice feature. On the driver's side, it's obviously not in your way. I mean, if you do have some passengers, it may be in their way. I mean, usually in the Tacoma, if you're just running some errands and doing some things, you won't really have your passengers around in your work truck. Another feature that I've seen in the manual that I haven't actually tried yet is the automatic parking brake. So you guys would know that when you put the car in drive, I don't know if you guys heard that, but the parking brake instantly went away. And if I put it in park, just pay attention right here, the red button, and listen to the noise. It's gonna come on automatically. So I don't know if you guys heard that, but it made a little noise, and the parking brake, after 1 second of putting it into park, it's gonna come on automatically. Now there is a way to actually turn this off. All you have to do is go to where the parking brake is right here, and you have to push down. So when you push down and hold, the parking brake will come out, and now you'll get this notification that says EPB shift interlock function deactivated. I don't know what all that stands for, but obviously that has now deactivated the automatic parking brake feature. So now let's go ahead and put it into drive and put it back into park. And now you won't hear that automatic parking brake. And if you want to put it on manually, you just pull it up and it's going to come on right there manually. Now to obviously put it back, you just want to go ahead and pull it up. And after 1 or 2 seconds of holding it, it'll say once again it is activated, and now it'll automatically come back on when you need it and obviously turn on when you put it in park. So as I'm still here in the driver's seat, let me go ahead and show you guys another setting. So if you go down to the settings and you go right here to PDA, which stands for Pedestrian Detection Assist. So go ahead and toggle this on. You guys can see that it has like this kind of circle surrounding the car on this little setting right here. You can just press it to turn it on and off. So what this does is basically makes kind of like the front surrounding areas of your truck very attentive to what's going on in front of you. So if you're approaching a car a little too fast, it's gonna automatically slow down. If there's a wall in front of you or a car, it's gonna slow down automatically without you even pressing the brake, just to kind of give you that preemptive slow down so you don't have to press too hard on the brake. After having this on for a while now, it's kind of like an assisted autopilot. I don't know what I would call it, But it's very nice. It helps you basically if there's someone or a wall or something coming in front of you. Maybe you're not very attentive at the moment. It's gonna go ahead and slow down for you. I don't really use it all the time just because I'm in tight areas and parking garages and whatnot here and there. So it kind of slows down in those areas more than I want it to. So I usually just go ahead and keep this off unless maybe I'm at the beach and there's a lot of bicyclists, or maybe a situation like that would be very useful. Maybe when you're not paying attention and there's something around you can help out. But obviously, always pay attention to the road. So now if we hop back onto the passenger side, you guys will be able to see something that you won't see from the driver's side. So obviously here is the center screen, here is the driver's side, and here is now the passenger view, where you guys can actually see this hidden Type-C port. Now this Type-C port obviously connects directly into the screen. So if you want to input data, or maybe, go ahead and install something or a software. I actually used this a couple days ago because I kept having a software issue where it said software updating. And all I basically had to do was plug in a USB, and I went ahead and plugged it in and downloaded whatever that software was onto my chip. And it basically worked out. But nonetheless, this is a direct port right into here, because we do have some other Type-Cs down here, but these are strictly for charging. These aren't gonna go ahead and connect to the Apple CarPlay. Plus, if you have some passengers wanting to connect to Apple CarPlay without going ahead and having to connect through Bluetooth and going through the settings, they can simply just unplug this, put it right into here, plug it into their phones, and they're automatically hooked on to Apple CarPlay. Now going on to the rear seat, I do have all of my work stuff in here, so I pushed it to that side because I wanted to show you guys. So with the simple pull of this handle right here, you just go ahead and lift up your seat and you have access to the storage down here. Now one thing that I noticed is, yes, this will stay, but obviously it'll kind of fall back and forth as you're driving. So this little button right here is made to just kind of pop this in place. And just like that, now this is not going anywhere. So you can kind of have something large here if you guys want to have that. Actually, maybe now that I think of it, this is probably a better idea to have all of my stuff and my work equipment laid down here. But nonetheless, you guys can go ahead and just unpop this. Once you take that button off, this kind of seat just flops all the way down, and it's very easy now this time around. On the old Tacoma, we had to pull it up from the front, and it was kind of a headache because there was no really spot it could rest. So now you can pull it up, lock it in place, and keep it secured there. Now another really cool feature that I liked on the Tacoma that I want to throw in here was the adjustable headlights. I haven't really seen this before in many cars, and especially in a truck that you're able to lift, you're able to tow things in. This just comes so much in handy. And right here, the actual headlight projection can move up and down simply just by pressing this setting right here and adjusting it to how you like. So let's say you're towing something and now the truck is like this, or maybe you have bigger tires or a lift, whatever it may be, and the truck is angled up in the front. You can go ahead and adjust your headlight to however much you want, and it will actually lift it up this many on the settings. I don't know what unit this is, 4 inches, 5 inches. I don't really know what unit this is. If somebody knows, that would be nice to help me out. But either way, it goes ahead and adjusts the head beam a little bit down, because if you have something up, it's gonna go ahead and adjust it. That's why I always keep it on 0. 0 means that there's no adjustment to the actual height, so it's at stock height. There's no lift, there's nothing that I'm holding in the back. So it's basically at stock height, and that's why it is at 0. But I just thought this is something that's really cool because the truck actually came at like 3 or 4. So it was really low to the ground, and I was a little upset. I was like, man, why is this projection so bad? Do I have to change the headlights? But fortunately enough, we have this setting that allows you to adjust the projection. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys can please help out the channel by giving a quick like and a subscribe, I'll really appreciate it. And if you guys know anything else about this Tacoma, go ahead and drop it in the comment section below. Maybe some tips or tricks, things you learned along the way, and I'll be addressing them, and maybe I'll make a video from your guys' comments. Anyways, I hope to see you guys in the next one, and have a great one.